Good morning, everybody. My name's Brian Gray. I live up in Cairns, up where God lives, and I've been invited down here today to speak at this event here, as I shared my story up in Cairns at the link up opening of their building, and then they invited me here to speak today. So I'm very thankful for Link Up for their support and what I'm doing and the wonderful work they're doing with their Link Up program. I'm originally from New South Wales. I was born in a little town called Wanaring. It's just outside of Burke. And then on a day of, I don't remember, I was probably about 3 years old, and my brothers and my two sisters, we lived there with our mother, and we were taken from there. And forgive me if I get a little bit emotional. We were taken from there, and I don't remember that event, and today I still don't remember. And we were placed up in a place up in Rockhampton, and there was a little orphanage called Berrily Home. We were put in there for kids who were under the age of 4 years old. And that place was very cruel. I'm going to be honest here today, because I think I need to tell things how it was. And it was a very cruel place, and for kids who were 3-4 years old, we were very mistreated in a place where we were placed, and it was supposed to be a place that looked after kids, and it wasn't a very good place at all. And my sisters were fostered out from that place, and I never saw them again till probably 20 years later. And me and my brother, at the age of 4, we were sent to a place in Rockhampton called St George's Homes, where we began to grow up, and we were slowly cut off from the outside world and from family and culture and our way of life and whatever association we had with the outside world. And in this orphanage of a church place, it was very cruel and abusing. We were punished by, flushing heads in the toilet for talking at night, held upside down in bathrooms, in bathtubs by the legs. And if you passed out, they quickly brought you back to life. Now we were thrown in sewers for misbehaving up to our neck where all the sewage goes. These were crimes, these were punishments that they gave. And how we endured all this, I do not know, but it all affected me later on when I became older. And some of the abuse in there was very horrific. It's too horrific to mention here at this place. And the man who was responsible is now passed on, and he wouldn't say sorry to us when we addressed him, so I wish him well. But that orphanage was very cruel, and when we left the orphanage, we were put out on the streets, and I slowly developed a life on the streets of crime and drugs and alcohol, which is a way of life that I developed because I didn't have any family, I didn't know anybody, and so the kids on the street was my family, where we learned how to do some stuff that we shouldn't be doing. And that lifestyle got me in a jail. I spent 4 years of my life in prison for crimes of violence and against humanity and stuff and people. And the prison was similar to the orphanage, so I felt very comfortable in there. It was just as bad, so it wasn't very scary at all to me. And I got out of there as usual, went back on the streets, and done what I did again. And just to let you know, when we were taken from our mother, I never saw her again. I don't know what she looks like to this day. I haven't seen a photo of her. And that's where Link Up is helping me in my journey to hopefully reconnect me to a photo. Through Link Up, over a few years ago, I found where her grave was, but I'm a bit scared to go there. So Link Up's going to help me have my funeral burial with my mother, and hopefully a photo can be put on her grave so that me and my brothers and sisters can finally rest, knowing what she looks like. And my life just went off the track, and I didn't know why. And some way or somehow, I met a lovely lady, and she took me in her home and married me. Don't know why, and put up with all my mess. And today I've changed, and you know, learning to love a woman was hard too, because you never knew what love was. And loving kids was another whole different ball game again, because I didn't know how to be loved. I was abused, so love was a strange word to me. And so that was a whole area of family bonding that I had to discover because of the abuse. And so I was careful I didn't put that on them. And I have 4 kids today and 3 grandchildren who are all young but think they're older than me and smarter than me. And I'm working with Link Up at the moment. They're helping me with all my research. They're wonderful people, Link Up, the best program that you've ever funded for us people. And I thank you for that. And I could go on and on and on, but there came a time in my life where I had to say enough's enough. I need to know how to get out of this box, how to get out of this prison that was in my mind. And so my journey began. I found education was my way forward. I went and done courses. I got degrees today and certificates, 3s and 4s and everything. And I went and learned about education. What education helped me was to help me discover what happened to me and help me to come to terms with it. The road that I was put on against my will. And I found education was my way forward for me. And it still is, because I'm always learning. I'm always open to new opportunities like this. This is a challenge for me, but I'm growing through it. So it's a learning thing. So everything I do in life now, I learn. And I find that all my jobs that I've had over the years, I'm a drug and alcohol counsellor, welfare worker, and worked in all them fields, and I got degrees in them areas, but now I have my own business. I run a boxing fitness program in Cairns. If you're ever up there, I'm your man. And I run a boxing fitness program where we have boxing competitors who compete in the ring, boys and girls. And very successful. We've got a lot of Queensland champions who are girls. And I also work with dysfunctional youth from child safety and youth justice. We run programs with other organisation groups to help engage those kids in a more positive, safe, controlled environment so that they can develop the skills that they need to learn to live later on. So life so far for me is good, but there's things in my life that are still not good, like the funeral, the photos, and Link Up's helping me. And I heard a good saying I'll close on this, I heard a good saying up in Cairns off one of the politicians there, Mr. Lynch, I think his name was. Yeah. He said, before I go, I got to know. And so before I leave this world, I want to know what happened to me. I want to know why it happened, and I want to know all the answers that are unanswered. There's a lot of questions in my life at the moment, and Link Up's helping with that. So thank you, Link Up, and thank you, Kevin, for your help and support. What you've said, apology's done a big thing for us, and very much appreciated. And everybody else who supports our journey of healing, and people I don't know, but thank you all very much from the bottom of my heart. And these are wonderful people. Thank you.